Welcome to Frederick at its best. I'm Frederick County Executive Jan Gardner. America has been blessed with heroes throughout our history, men and women of vision and courage who have set our feet firmly on the path of freedom and equality. Some become heroes by leading us in times of struggle. Some shape our values and challenge us to greatness. And a few, like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., have done all of this and more. We're here today to join Americans across our great nation in honoring Dr. King, a visionary who changed the course of history through his advocacy of equal rights and freedom for everyone. Dr. King is widely considered the most influential leader of the American civil rights movement. He was a thoughtful man and one of deep personal faith. His conscience called him into action for the soul of our nation. He mobilized thousands of other brave and principled Americans and began a crusade for justice that continues today. In sit-ins, marches, demonstrations, and boycotts, he and many others met violence with nonviolence and ignorance with determination. They awakened the conscience of our nation and succeeded in winning passage of the historical civil rights legislation, the Civil Rights Act of 1964, the Voting Rights Act of 1965, and the Fair Housing Act of 1968. Pouring out his life in service, Dr. King made enormous and lasting contributions to improve the lives of millions of his fellow Americans. Dr. King's legacy lives on through each of us who are here today and to all of you who are watching this, as we walk in his footsteps and live the dream he proclaimed. In recognition of Dr. King's incredible legacy of service to all, Congress designated the Martin Luther King Jr. federal holiday as a National Day of Service in 1994. It's kind of surprising that it took that long to have that happen. Taking place each year on the third Monday in January, the Martin Luther King Day of Service is the only federal holiday observed as a National Day of Service and is known as a day on, not a day off. The upcoming commemoration of the MLK Day of Service, Monday, January 21st, is an opportunity to remember that history and recommit ourselves as citizens by volunteering in service to one another. It's also a time to consider how much work still remains to fulfill Dr. King's dream. I'm pleased to be joined today by my County Council President, MC Keegan Ayer, and the Mayor of the City of Frederick, Mayor Michael O'Connor. And I'll now ask the Mayor to read our proclamation. I'm going to step back.
Thank you very much, County Executive. It's certainly an honor to be here today as we proclaim Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and I'm pleased to be joined by members of the Board of Aldermen, Alderman Kelly Russell, Alderman Derek Shackelford, Alderman Roger Wilson, and Alderman Ben McShane. We strive every day in the City of Frederick, and I know we do in the county as well, to work to achieve the dream that Dr. Martin Luther King imagined, and that is our challenge today and every day. Whereas Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. devoted his life to advancing equality, social justice, and opportunity for all, he challenged all Americans to participate in the never-ending work of building a more perfect union. And whereas the King Holiday and Service Act, enacted in 1994, designated the King Holiday as a National Day of Volunteer Service, charged the Corporation for National and Community Service with leading this effort. Whereas for 51 years, millions of Americans have been inspired by the life and work of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. to serve their neighbors and communities on the King Holiday. Whereas the King Day of Service is the only federal holiday commemorated as a National Day of Service and offers an opportunity for Americans to give back to their communities on the holiday and make an ongoing commitment to service throughout the year. Whereas the King Day of Service King Day of Service projects are being organized by a wide range of nonprofit and community organizations, educational institutions, public agencies, private businesses, and other organizations in Frederick County, Frederick City, and across the nation. Whereas following Dr. King's example of service, we must continue to build communities where everyone shares an equal opportunity for a good education and a good job, and where we reject separation and isolation, and instead celebrate together the blessings of our diversity. Now, therefore, as the County Executive of Frederick County, the President of the County Council, and the Mayor of the City of Frederick, we do hereby proclaim January 21st, 2019 as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and do commend this observance to all of our citizens signed by the county executive, the president of the county council, and myself as mayor, and presented this 15th day of January 2019 on behalf of all of our residents. Thank you so much for everything that you do in our community, and we're going to hear from some of the organizations around the community and some of the activities that are planned for Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Thank you so much for being here and being a part of this celebration.
All right, thank you. Very nice, Mr. Mayor. And with that, we'll go ahead and pass the microphone. And why don't we start with you, Guy?
Okay, thank you very much. I would like to seize this opportunity to thank the mayor, Jan Gardner, the county executive, all the elected officials here for this great opportunity. Dr. King said service is about being able to serve others, because well, sometimes people hear about service about having others to serve us, and the leadership is about serving. And we are thankful to be in a county, especially at this very moment, where our country is in turmoil, to have a leadership that knows that it's not about being the boss, but it's about serving the people. And I want to thank you for being that example, because I know that Dr. King will be proud of what we are doing here. And thank you.
Hello, I'm Annette Breeling, and I'm on the board of the Human Relations Commission. And we are grateful that our county acknowledges King's dreams in a sense of establishing a Human Relations Commission that very much advances the vision of King. We have a threefold mission, and the first is promoting human justice, very much King's advocacy, also human job opportunities, which he spoke of, and finally multiculturalism. We are sponsoring 2 special events on the King Day of Service. My colleague will be describing our service event, and at the end of that day, we will be celebrating with the MLK Beloved Community Potluck, in which we bring together people from all segments of our Frederick community and enjoy potluck together. And we will be hearing and featuring at this program a speech made by King in 1967, the year before his assassination, where he talks about the other America. He talks about America the beautiful, the great, where the prosperity reigns and many accomplishments occur. But he talks about another less visible America, where there is despair and poverty. And he urges us to bring together, unite these 2 Americas for one nation with liberty and justice for all. And we seek that in our community.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Derek Shackelford. I'm a member of the Board of Aldermen in the City of Frederick. Thank you, County Executive. Thank you, Mayor, for issuing this proclamation. When I think about Dr. King and his life, not only was one of service, but was also one of sacrifice. So I'd like to thank him for his service and sacrifice, which lets me know that there's still much work to do, that I need to be a one of service and also sacrifice. I also like to highlight a quote that he had in 1968 where it says, "America, be true to who you are on paper." And so our challenge today is for our nation to be who we are, as we say on paper. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Kelly Russell. I'm a member of the Board of Aldermen in the City of Frederick, and I just wanted to say what a great honor it is to serve with the members of our community and the members of our elected bodies who share the values of Dr. King, who really are working to move our community forward. Thank you.
Good morning. MC Keegan-Air. I'm the president of the County Council. I am also thrilled to be here again today. This is my 4th year of doing this, and this is incredible. It's great to be up here with so many people who, as has been stated, share the values that Dr. King basically tried to impeach all of us to, or impart on all of us so that we would move this country forward. And in some senses, I'm very proud, but in other senses, I'm kind of sad because we still have elected leaders who go down the road of divisiveness and make comments that are racist and bigoted. And so it is up to all of us to call our leaders out for those kind of comments, to call them out for their actions that divide this country and that make certain segments of our population feel like they are less worthy than others. So as I stand here today with these people and encourage everyone to take part in some degree of service on Monday, I also remind you that it is your responsibility to hold your elected leadership accountable for their actions and their words. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Roger Wilson, and I'm a member of the Board of Aldermen in the City of Frederick. And I would like to just say that thank you, County Executive and the Mayor, Mayor O'Connor, for delivering this proclamation today. You know, Frederick is a special place. We value our diversity and inclusion, and we strive to be better every day to make this place a better place to live, work, and play. So thank you again for having us, and thanks.
Good morning. My name's Miles Ward. I'm with the County Human Relations Department. It's an honor to be here with everyone else who's up here to celebrate this National Day of Service. I look forward to this day every year. It usually comes right after the start of the new year, and it's a good challenge to each of us to reorient our priorities and make it one of our own personal top priorities for the entire year to come, to fight against discrimination and to demand tolerance, diversity, and equality on all levels of our country. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Annie Jones with the Frederick County Commission for Women. Thank you to the elected officials here today for recognizing Martin Luther King Day. I'm so pleased and proud to be part of the Frederick community. There's so many individuals and organizations here that honor the legacy of Martin Luther King Jr., the man and his message every day through their commitment to service to our community. The Commission for Women is going to be a participant and is a sponsor of the beloved Community Potluck next Monday, so we look forward to seeing lots of folks there next week. Thank you.
All right, go ahead.
Good morning. I'm Kai Hagan. I'm a member of the Frederick County Council. It's an honor and privilege to be with such a great group of people making this observation and proclamation today. Two things. One is I do want to piggyback on what Annette mentioned about the beloved community potluck. I've participated in that almost every year. It's grown substantially over the years. It's an outstanding event and a really great opportunity to share with the community in a way that very impressively reminds us of the importance of some of these issues, and that, for my second point, that they are not ancient issues. This is not ancient history. Martin Luther King was assassinated when I was 10 years old, and I know I'm getting older, but while we have a tremendous amount to celebrate about the progress that we've made, this is relatively recent and current history, and we still have a long way to go on many fronts, and it's moments like this that give us an opportunity to really focus on that and to remind ourselves of what we still need to do.
Hi, I'm Pat Fleet. I'm with the Human Relations Department of Frederick County, and I'm really pleased to be here for my 6th year and participating in all of the events that are upcoming.
Hi, I'm Lisa Clark, and I have several hats, and today I'm representing the AmeriCorps program, as mentioned in the proclamation about the Corporation for National and Community Service, and doing an AmeriCorps program and a partnership for Martin Luther King's Day of Service, a day on, not a day off. I've been doing it since 1994. We will be having and hosting another event in Frederick. It's a regional event, so we will be having people from Garrett County and Frostburg coming down on that day too, weather permitting, so keep your fingers crossed, please. We will be at the Arc of Frederick County, 555 South Market Street, and we will be making hats for terminally ill children. We'll be making blankets for wounded warriors and patients who are undergoing chemotherapy. We'll also be doing Valentine's Day cards for children at the hospital, as well as some cards for veterans. So we look forward to seeing all of you there, and I appreciate everything that both the county executive and the mayor do. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Ben McShane, a member of the City of Frederick's Board of Aldermen, and I'm grateful to have so many people participating this morning, and am humbled to serve our community with so many colleagues committed to continuing the work. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Guy. I'm with the Mayor's Office. I'm very excited, and thank you, County Executive Gardner and Mayor O'Connor, for recognizing Dr. King today. As a fraternity brother of Dr. King, I'm happy that he lived up to our aims of our fraternity, which are mainly deed, scholarship, and love for all mankind, and hope the rest of us can strive to live to achieve those noble ideals and aims.
Hello, my name is Adam Book. I'm here with the Human Relations Commission, and I was thinking that back in the 60s, well, we get used to like how things are, in our current time, and there's a lot of progress to be still made, but you have to think way back 50 years ago how groundbreaking and how awesome Martin Luther King Jr. was, because things were much more backwards back then, and he's really, I can't imagine, like, he was so brave, and it just makes me in awe of him.
My name's Athena Edsel, and I'm honored to be here today representing Citizen Services.
All right. Okay. In conclusion, let us consider what Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. would be doing today if he was still alive. Where would he be most active? And what would he say about the current state of affairs of our community here in Frederick, as well as in our nation? One way we can keep his dream alive is to continue to work towards peaceful change, to reduce poverty, to encourage economic and employment opportunities so that everyone can share in our community's prosperity. Dr. King was truly a leader who was deeply committed to achieving social justice through peaceful, nonviolent means. How do we accomplish this? Let us all continue to honor his memory and fulfill his dream by living it out every day in our lives. Where there is injustice to one, there is injustice to all. Let's conclude today's proclamation by asking everyone to join us in thanking all those who sponsor events for the Day of Service. But also, if you can't participate in a day of service that's organized by someone else in the community, to really take a moment that day to do a little research, read one of Dr. King's readings, contemplate what it means. Sometimes we think we have to be part of something organized to be of service to others. But as my mother always says, you don't have to look for people to help, they're all around you. So spend some time with a neighbor who may be lonely, do something in service to others, continue to spread peace and equality around our community. It is up to each one of us to make sure that we fulfill the dream of Dr. Martin Luther King. Thank you for joining us.